thank everybody for tuning to a special edition of Steel City Sports World. Your host, Luther Dupree. I got my man, Hall of Famer, Smoking Jim Frazier. We got a special guest in the house we'll get to in 1 minute. But before we do anything first, we want to do our Steel City news. I want to start it off first with our You Deserve Credit. Bill Russell, a real legend, a true legend in the game, unfortunately passed over the past weekend. Just did so much for the sport of basketball, for people in general. We have to give him some credit, as my man Kelly Russell would do. Did so many great things, so many records, 11 championships. I don't think it'll ever be broken again. He went to won 8 straight in a row. A true legend of the game. Much respect. I don't think he gets enough.
2 NCAA championships and a high school national championship.
Oh, yeah. And when it counted, he always won. That's one thing you got to talk about. But that being said, I want to give...
first black coach to get fired.
Yeah, and the first black coach to win it all, too. Hey, anyway, you would bring a downer. We talking about achievements, and you got to start. Always a brother want to bring another brother down. Come on, Jim. Anyway, number to call, 412-231-2288. I got to put a disclaimer out of the words you're about to hear reflect Smoking Jim, then reflect my thinking or our special guest. That being said, Smoking Jim, the floor is all yours.
Hey, thanks, Lou. Hey, I said 6 months ago that if Mason Rudolph don't accidentally call Coach Tomlin the N-word, he'll be the starting quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Pittsburgh Steelers got a wide receiver by the name of Deontay Johnson. He refuses to practice. He leads the NFL in drop passes every year. I think Chase Claypool's better. I think Freiermuth is better. I think George Pickens is better. And I tell you what, Najee Harris out of the backfield is more valuable as a receiver. He's worth about $20 an hour, but he wants $24 million a year. The Pittsburgh Steelers hired an accountant, a numbers cruncher, a capologist, Omar Khan, who wouldn't know a football from a soccer ball, made him the general manager, then hired an assistant general manager to do the general manager's job. Last year, I took a lot of heat around this time when I said one play a game, Stephon Tuitt would sit out the whole year. Stephon Tuitt is built like Tarzan, but he plays like Jane. Stephon Tuitt got a lot of quit in him. Right now the Pittsburgh Steelers have the worst run defense in the NFL. They haven't replaced Stephon Tuitt. Devin Bush has not seen the tackle that he wants to make. The Pittsburgh Steelers got a defensive coordinator now that will spend most of the season in a courtroom suing the National Football League. That ain't going to help stop the run. They got a Super Bowl winning general manager and Kevin Colbert, who retired, but they replaced him with Pee Wee Herman. I'm not here to hate. I'm just shooting straight. The Pittsburgh Steelers don't want to be great. They just want to be 8-8 and 1.
Oh, you finally. I was wondering. This is why the Steelers hate you, bro. Well, this is exactly why. Listen, you talk about all the things. Yeah, you did call Stephon Tuitt, but what about Chase? You said he was the greatest receiver in history. Right now, he's probably the third best receiver on the Steelers, in my opinion. Have you seen George Pickens?
Quit hating on the brothers.
Listen, George Pickens. Did I not tell you he was going to come in and be a star? That was the steal of the draft. He looks great out there. He's making all kind of athletic catches. Tore his ACL. Otherwise, he would have been a first-round draft pick. I think he's a monster back there. Trubinsky, I don't know, Jim. He's been kind of shaky back there. Kenny Pickett, he's going to have a chance to start. Mason Rudolph is gone. You want to down that horse. You go there by yourself because
you're a Snickers boy.
He's going to get traded, I think. I think they're doing all this hyping him up, and they're going to put him on a trade block.
You lost a lot of money at Rivers last year. I don't know if you want to bet me on that.
No. I've been pretty good. Listen, 8-1 is I think it's a little under. I think we can win 9, maybe 10 games, Smoking Jim. The defense is ready to go. Miles Jack. He is a stud linebacker out of Notre Dame. Jacksonville had him. He was hitting a bad program. Now we got Hayward. We got Wood. We got, I think, your boy from the Texas A&M, the rookie. I think he's going to make some plays for us. We'll be okay, man. Our cornerbacks are just average, but the run defense is going to be better. The run defense is going to be better.
Can't get worse.
we had a lot of things going on. We had Spillane. We had, who was the other guy that we got from Jacksonville that didn't do anything?
Devin Bush.
Schober. Devin Bush. No, not Devin Bush. Schober was bad.
That was
But we
bad.
got Miles Jack there. He can cover receivers. He can do everything we need him to do. I think that's the steal.
And he'll be at UPMC again with his bad knees.
He's
He had
always
3
hating.
knee operations.
Yeah,
bro.
I'm
Come
always
on,
hating.
man.
So he's due for some good seasons, man. Come on, Jim. Anyway, we got a special guest in the house. Anytime I get a chance to have the Neighborhood Academy in the house with us, I'm honored. I can't introduce you like you can do yourself, but I can tell you this. As a freshman, averaged 26 points per game. And along with the other team, they won the first playoff game in the Neighborhood Academy history in a Whippeal game.
Yeah.
They've been winning ever since middle school. My son went there, so I remember I would always be like, man, that middle school, they killing everybody. Would you go undefeated?
Yeah.
You went undefeated? All right, tell the viewing audience a little bit about yourself.
What's going on, everybody? My name is Shamarr Simpson. I just wanted to say thank you for both of you guys for having me on the show. You know, this
I had
is
nothing to do with
this is an honor being here. And
Appreciate
well,
having you.
as said before, I go to the Neighborhood Academy, which is Pittsburgh Premier's private charter school located in Stanton Heights. The middle school consists of majority of all undercity and boys. It's an all black boys program, and then when you get to the high school, it's a co-ed program that
Right.
introduces Pittsburgh Public Schools, girls to interact with the Neighborhood Academy boys. So the school is wonderful. The school has taught me so much about just life and just being a young man. I love the school, honestly.
Luther, he speaks good. We can replace you with him.
Oh, man, I think we'll lose you first. Because we can't get no guests because of what you're always hating on every team in Pittsburgh. But, so you went there 6th to 6th grade, all the way up?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right. Now, you averaged 26 points as a freshman.
Yeah.
Is that the most points you ever averaged in a season? Or?
Yeah, this the most points that I've averaged that count. I
Right.
feel like middle school was just that stepping stone and that that preparation to get to that high school level. So it was a very good start for my high school career, I would think.
What year are you going to now?
I'm going to my sophomore year.
Oh, you did this as a freshman?
Yeah.
Wow. Now, did you pick Neighborhood Academy so that you don't have to play Gateway?
Nobody
I ain't
cared
nobody worried
Gateway.
about Gateway.
I wish they could play Gateway.
I think, me as well.
Listen. He's a Gateway grad.
Is he?
But he really grew up in Pitt Hills. As his coach told us at Arena, we stole him out of Pitt Hills, took him to Gateway. Now he doesn't want to claim Pitt Hills. But you're born and bred Pitt Hills. Just talk about now. You came up 6 through 8. Now the Neighborhood Academy, they played Christian schools and whatnot. 9th grade. Now my son was there when they first went to the Whippeal.
Yeah.
What's the difference between playing the Christian schools and now you guys are in the Whippeal single A?
Yeah.
What's the difference?
So I feel like my middle school year and how it started was when I was a kid. I used to play with the kids outside, and they would tell me like, hey, I go to Obama and I go to Older Dice and I go to all these type of high schools and middle schools, and I'm like, man, I go to the Neighborhood Academy, like, I'm not gonna be able to play you guys, like,
Right.
it does suck because I play Christian League, and I'm beating on, and I'm not dodging anybody that plays in the Christian League, but we swept through the Christian League, and now for me to beg Mr. Jernigan, which is our assistant head of school there, we begged Mr. Jernigan, hey, put us in Whippeals, let's see what we can do, let's see how we can compete against the older cats and the cats that have already been playing public school.
Right.
And once we got there, we made a solid run our first and our second year. I feel like our first year was really the year that that put us out there in the spotlight.
So, first game, playoff game, you guys are playing what, Nazareth Prep? Is
Yeah.
that you guys played? A couple years ago, they had won the whole Whippeal. What was that? I know that feeling was exciting. And now, do you all have a little rivalry with Nazareth Prep, or what's the real deal there?
I think so. That was the first playoff game that I've got a rush, and like I was feeling all types of things. The crowds was going crazy. The bleachers was full. I was getting heckled, in my own home. Like it was amazing. But
Where was that game at?
it was at the Neighborhood Academy.
Oh, it was?
Yep, it was
Oh,
home.
okay.
It was home, and everybody pulled up, and it was fun because we were down. It was fun because we were down because now we had to battle to
Right.
get back up, especially in the home advantage, the home atmosphere. We crawled our way back to win that one. We crawled our way back to win that one.
All right, Jim, you got something on that
Yeah,
second, man?
I do have something. Why
It's
don't
about
you got no
time.
film on it?
We
bro?
got some film. If you were paying attention, we showed pictures and we're about to show some film. Hey,
Okay,
there's some
there
right
we
here. You
go.
asked for it, you got it. Look at the three. Look at the three. Again, that's the Neighborhood Academy. Ask your question, Joe. I always want to be the jokester. You don't have a question?
No.
Well, stop talking trash. hey, now, the next game, you guys played Amani.
Yeah.
Amani, you know, I don't know what they're doing over there, but every time I turn around, there's another 7-foot African that's on the team. But you guys played them. Now, you played them in the regular season. What happened in the regular season now?
The regular season was pretty much the same as the second game. We were very outmatched and very bullied in the paint. We didn't rebound well. We didn't score the ball well. We didn't play team ball well. I think with team ball wins games.
Of course.
No person can ever say, except for Kobe or Michael, that has won a game by themselves.
Come on. Oh, I see what you
I
said.
agree
So-
with
listen,
I
I
agree
see
with
what
it.
they couldn't do it either. So you're on the Michael Jordan Kobe.
Listen,
And LeBron-
except for them, nobody has ever won a game by themselves.
And neither has
That's
they.
a compliment. He's complimenting
Hold
them.
up.
He's complimenting
Bill
them.
Russell would say otherwise.
Who?
Wilt Chamberlain, the most
Of
dominant
course.
player
Of course.
ever,
Of
would
course,
say he
of
tried to
course.
win games by himself. And what happened?
Well,
he scored 100 points in one
He
game.
dominated Bill Russell every time they played.
And
he
he
did.
lost.
Well-
And he lost. So my
man.
point is proven. A great team beats a great player anytime. So, no, you're wrong. You get out of that, man. Don't go with that mentality. But carry on.
Listen, and we like I said, we didn't play well. We
Yeah.
didn't play well the first game, and we lost. We got down, and then we just lost hope. We ran out of gas towards the second half, and I feel like
I mean, it was like y'all lost confidence
Yeah.
quick. I was upset at
yeah,
that game.
and that.
But what
the
happened?
atmosphere
I
was
mean,
way
is it
bigger.
just
It's a stinker because you're in a bigger school because we played at North Allegheny.
Right.
It's a huge
Huge
complex.
gym. Yeah,
Huge gym, and this is the biggest game we've ever played in school history.
Right,
Their
right.
schools there, our schools there,
Yeah.
fans, parents, and people I've never seen before in my life there. Like that atmosphere was like, yo, if we win this game, we compete for the Pete.
Yeah,
We compete
yeah.
for the Pete. That was like, yo. Like our Pete going to the first year we've been, in the Whitfield spotlight, we go to the Pete.
Yeah.
that was
would've been
amazing.
huge. Peterson Event Center. Come on, Jim.
I don't know. I'm just
Yeah.
asking. Bro.
We got to break things down.
I don't
Jim didn't.
I thought it was a pizza shop.
He stopped learning after the 8th grade, so we really got to break things down for Jim.
Listen, every Whitfield athlete has that goal to go to the Pete. If you can consider yourself, especially in a basketball aspect, if you consider yourself a hooper that plays on a Whitfield team, it's the NBA championship
get
of the
to that
Whitfield.
Whitfield.
You
So
want
nobody
to
wants to go to
Pete.
the
So-
Chuck Cooper Arena.
Hey, Jim, it's just like Gateway always wanted to go to Hinesfield where they would lose. It's the same thing. We want to go to basketball players want to go to the Pete and win.
Okay.
Gateway goes to Hinesfield and loses. Okay, just break it down like that. Hey, again, number to call 412-231-2288. We're about to open up the phone lines. Give us a call. Listen, man, you hurt my feelings a little bit. Now we're this season. LeBron James, I think he's about to break the all-time record. Kareem, what are your thoughts about LeBron? And you mentioned Michael, you mentioned Kobe. What's your thoughts about? Some people would say the GOAT. Some people say he's the GOAT.
So I have a very naive aspect of the game sometimes.
Okay.
I think that listen, if you and we're going to start at Bill Russell. We're going to start at the core of basketball. We got to start with Bill Russell. Without Bill Russell, there wouldn't be no MJ. Without MJ, there wouldn't be half the basketball players in the NBA right now. I feel like when and I heard this came from Barack Obama. When people say you're the Michael Jordan of something, that means you were the best to ever do it at something. Like I said, if I say, hey Jim, you're the Michael Jordan of football.
Don't
Thank
tell
you,
him
thank
that.
you, thank
No,
you.
You're the
Appreciate
Michael
that.
Jordan of
No,
football.
don't tell him that. He gonna start believing that.
You're the Michael Jordan of football. That means you're the best
Mark this
football
tape.
player
Mark
ever.
this tape.
Listen, you're the best football player ever.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And then you got LeBron. Without Michael Jordan, there wouldn't be no LeBron. And for LeBron to, come in as an 18-year-old and, he didn't start off as dominant, but then over his career, he started gaining pace and started winning more. And then once he, as a person, And Damian Lillard said it the best. When you jump from team to team, it makes you look scared.
Yeah.
It makes you.
I agree with
It makes you
you.
look
I agree.
scared. It makes you look scared.
No, let me break
It makes
this
it
down.
look like you're running from
and
competition.
we're going to get this call. Let me break this down. Listen, LeBron from the very beginning came in dominating
For sure.
with Cleveland.
Right.
Cleveland is a horrible organization. As you saw, as soon as he left, they got 4 number ones in a row.
Yeah.
So he had to get away. He played out his contract, then went to Miami.
Yeah.
All they did was win champion. They won 2 championships, lost 2. Then he said, Cleveland, do y'all have y'all stuff together finally? Comes back there. They win another championship. But Cleveland, you got to understand, Cleveland, the organization isn't right. I don't have a problem with players moving because teams will trade. No, teams will trade you in a minute. Teams will trade you in a minute. Listen,
Where's Stephon Curry?
Steph Curry has a great organization with him
Wait a
as
minute.
well.
Was they great before he got there? Or did he make them great? Great ones make people around them better.
The organization.
You heard it.
Mark Jackson put that team together. I don't think he got enough credit.
What about a player like Kevin Durant?
And
Russell Westbrook, for an example. What a person like
you can't
Russell Westbrook.
compare those two to LeBron James. Kevin Durant, everywhere he goes, he's unhappy. He got fake Twitter accounts arguing with people. No, it's different.
He's moving
Mr.
from
Butterworth.
team to team. Russell can't even find a home even right
Listen,
now.
but don't compare those two.
You're losing. He's eating you up.
I'm saying,
can you stop talking for a minute? Go ahead and suck your sucker, Jim. Listen, Kevin Durant has proven that he can't win on his own. He's not a great leader, unfortunately.
So did LeBron.
He's unhappy. He's fighting with a world championship team. He's ready to fight Draymond Green on the court in the middle of a game. Now he's ready to fight Kyrie Irving. He wants to trade. He has 4 years left.
You would fight Green, too.
Green's a different case. But what I'm saying, you can't compare those two to LeBron.
And for another player like Kyrie Irving is another player.
Listen, you're talking about cancers. Kevin Durant, he was arguing. Kyrie Irving, everywhere he goes, the team gets better when he leaves. Those two aren't the same thing. A lot of people want to be LeBron, but they can't move. Where he goes, he wins a championship, plays out his contract, and then goes to a better situation. I don't have a problem with that. But let's go to the phone lines. Caller, say your name, where you're calling from.
Hey, what's up, guys? This is Sean.
Hey, Sean!
Hey, want to say hello to the young man on the panel. He plays with one of my guys I grew up with, Lil Courtney Wallace I grew up with his dad, so... and I think if his last name's Simpson, you may have to look into him because he may be family because that's my mom's maiden name. So,
Sean, you always related to somebody, Sean. Come on, I'm starting to wonder.
The better they are, the more likely
your family ain't that big, bruh. Come on, man.
No, that's my mom's maiden name. So I know how to get in touch with that young man, and we'll take it from there. Yeah. I just want to talk about a couple of things real quick. To the young man on the panel, good luck with your future endeavors and everything. I would like to continue to follow the direction that y'all are going on at your school, so good luck with everything. One thing I'm learning as I'm getting older is I don't worry about who's the best this, who's the best that. I'm just enjoying it. I'm just taking it for a ride and enjoying it because one of the greats just passed away yesterday, Bill Russell, and if you look at his stuff, nobody ain't going to reach what he did on college, with Olympics, NBA, and on the political, social political forefront with the meeting that him, Muhammad Ali, Jim Brown, and others had up in Cleveland. So as I get older, I'm not going by who's the best, this, and that. I'm just enjoying it for what it is.
Hey, Sean.
Yes.
I think you might be able to find better coaches, though.
Did he win a championship?
I'm not going to say that.
Did he win a championship, Jim?
No, I'll say this. You can't get the horses. Leave it at that.
Right.
If you got the horses, you got the chance to win.
It's all about the talent.
Come with excuses.
It's all about the talent. And if you win a championship, hey, you're a quality coach to me. But carry on, Sean, before you were rudely interrupted by Jim. He loves doing that.
Yeah, it's just Smoking Jim being Smoking Jim. So, I don't know what's going on as far as the Steelers are concerned. So we'll see how everything plays out with that. Looks like preseason football starting up. I saw one of the teams getting off the taking a highway up in Cleveland, going down the canyon. So I guess it was either the Raiders or who they playing, the Jaguars. So I guess
Yeah,
they're
I
gonna
think
start
so.
getting ready tomorrow. And guess women won't be happy because you know what we'll be doing 24/7 till February football.
Exactly.
The women like football almost as much as the men now.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
yeah.
you got that right. You got that right. So if you got hopefully you got all your summer stuff done you're supposed to do for your woman by today, because once tomorrow hits, it's
It's
over.
over. It's over. Right. You know where we're going to be. Thursday to Monday.
Yeah, I really haven't been looking into like the college football aspect. They're saying up here, Ohio State's loaded once again.
Yes, sir.
Of course.
We'll see how that operates. I think that it's going to be their defense that's going to make or break them.
Ooh, and yeah, their defense, because we know your offense is going to be loaded, man. Your quarterback, I think he's underrated. He's one of the best I've seen in college. He's going to have a terrific season.
What is Pitt and Penn State looking like? I haven't even been like following the college level like
Jim
leading
jump
up
in.
to the season.
Well, Pitt's going to be down. You know, they only play well every 4 years with Narduzzi as soon as his contract is up. But Penn State is loaded. You know, their assistant head coach, Terry Smith from Gateway, he's always going to have them ready to play. And they're
Coach
recruiting.
Franklin is the head coach.
Well, nobody knows that. But, yeah, you know, you got to be able to recruit. And it's going to be tough for the University of Pittsburgh right now. They lost all their funding from the Dirty O when it closed down, so that's why they can't keep players. This NIU or whatever it's called, man, these guys are just
NIL.
NIL.
Name,
They get,
image, likeness, Jim.
hey,
Gosh.
they getting
write
all
it
the
down for
players, Sean. Texas A&M is my team. They got five of the 5-star defensive linemen
They need a
all
little
in
more
one
than that,
class.
Jim.
These guys is making money, man. I'm so happy for them guys, man. Boy, if I could have 3, 4, 5 million when I was in college, Lou, I didn't go to class anyway, but I really went to
Who's the
class.
receiver who went to USC? Because he, they were
Yeah,
talking
the guy
about
from
$5
Pitt.
million.
Guy
Joe
from
Addison,
Pitt.
right?
Yeah.
I heard he didn't get everything he was promised yet, so we'll see.
Well,
he
one
was
thing,
complaining about
one
that.
dealership from Pittsburgh gave him 1.5 million and asked him to return it. He said no. So the karma can back up on you.
Hope it works out for him. But USC they've been loading up, man. In a couple years, USC.
Well,
could
now
really-
that they got Lynn Swan out of there as athletic director.
Oh, see, you love
Come
going,
on,
you
man.
love going after the brothers, man.
Didn't it
Every
start
time.
getting better? Didn't it start getting better when they fired him?
Listen, if the NIL was around then, I bet he could have got some better players. Hey, Sean, what else is on your mind, man?
Not much. Just how are the Pirates looking? I really haven't been looking into it. I guess they got a lot of
Trash.
young talent.
Yeah, they're not doing well. They didn't do anything at the trade deadline once again. Looking at another sorry year, 100 games.
Well, they got that 6
guess
foot 7. They got that 6'7" shortstop that I
Yeah,
like.
but
He's batting what,
he's-
180?
He's batting in the hundreds. And we need
He
one
looked
more
good
work.
till he swing.
Really.
Hey, Sean, but you keep avoiding the elephant in the room. I told you before, you'll never see Crawford and
No,
Spence.
it's happening in November.
Where?
Once again.
Is it signed?
No.
It's not- you say no.
Can I talk?
I'm just
Let me
asking.
claim it.
I asked a
Listen,
question.
As I told you before, you're going to take another L. The fight will be signed in November. Bud Crawford just said, I'm about to make an announcement. It's happening in November.
Boy,
John.
this been going for 3
It's happening
years.
in November.
Another
Listen,
announcement.
Let me tell you this. He was just in Texas at an MMA event with Mike Tyson. Checking out Texas.
That's where you break the news.
That's where the fight is going to happen in Texas.
Last time you told me that Wilder broke the news with Kevin Hart. So you're getting information.
It's happening in November,
Okay.
Sean. Are you with me on that, Sean?
Well, let me say this because
He was at a rodeo and he broke the news.
hold on. My Mayweather Connect currently is celebrating his 40th birthday in Fiji, or I will have more info to it. He'll let me know when he gets back. But the holdup is Terrence Crawford.
Oh,
Spence
my.
has everything in order. The problem is Terrence Crawford. Bob Arum pretty much threw Crawford under the bus when he said he couldn't make money with him on ESPN. And
That was
Spence,
dirty.
The money-making fighters in boxing right now are Canelo. It's going to be Canelo, Tank Davis, and Earl Spence.
And you got to throw Anthony Joshua in there too. Anthony Joshua.
No. Joshua is not money. Joshua is not money because Joshua is using the these are pay-per-view people. Joshua.
Oh, you're talking about pay-per-view. Okay. But Joshua brings pay-per-view in the UK. He loads up in the UK.
Thanks, Lou.
This is the issue.
I tell the truth.
The
I don't make up stuff like you, Jim.
The issue is Crawford doesn't bring money. That's the whole issue, and he hasn't been making money on his pay-per-views when he was with ESPN. So the fight is he thinks he should get a certain amount of money, but he's not going to get that money that Earl Spence brings to the table.
Earl Spence is wanting 70% and only wanted to give Crawford 30%.
Where did you hear that, Jim? You made that
Crawford
up.
wants 50-50, and if they ever do fight, Crawford will knock him out.
Well, listen, the fight is going to happen in
not gonna be a
November.
50-50
I'm
fight.
telling you, I've been telling you that for a long time, Jim.
Well, Spence got to come off that 70%.
He never was on 70%.
No, Spence is smoking Jim. Hear me out on this. Spence is off of the 70%. It's either going to be 60-40, 55-45, depending on the game.
55-45 is probably what it's going to be.
Well, it should be 50-50.
Well, listen, Jim, just because you like Crawford, if he's not bringing belts, he's not bringing pay-per-views to the table, you go in, at a lower level. Spence has all the leverage, but does not have the leverage. You got to understand leverage, Jim. This is why it's going to happen.
One final thing. Smoking Jim, Luther said it correctly, is that Crawford, he's fought 135, 140, 147. Spence has been dominating at 147. Spence got 3 belts. Crawford got 1 belt. And everybody said it pretty much was gifted from ESPN when they made sure that Pacquiao lost that fight to Jeff Horn in Australia.
That was a robbery.
So that's the hang-up Crawford got. He really didn't fight nobody. PBC got all the 147 fighters. He only fought Shawn Crawford when everybody knew he was 1 foot in, 1 foot out the door. So
I can't wait for the fight to happen in November, Shawn, man.
Yeah, we'll see.
It's going to happen.
Hey guys,
Things work out, I'm going to be there, hopefully.
And we ought to get an excuse book for Spence where you guys
released,
put
Luther,
it together.
I'll let you know. Because, Luther, when you get off the show, contact me later. I'll tell you some stuff I can't say about it, but just start planning now for it.
All right, I got you, man.
Plan for November.
All right, man. Be safe out there. I'm
Thanks,
telling you, it's
Shawn.
November.
Hey, Shawn,
All right,
thank
Shawn?
you so much.
Hey, your cousin said thanks.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
I would love to see you at one of these games this year.
I'll be at the game. Don't worry about it. I'll be there.
All right, Shawn, I appreciate you, man. Hey, he leaves the line open, 412-231-2288. Got to ask you about, now, I know when my son was there, they had flag football. Now you guys have, talk about the football program.
So we started it last year. We are now partnering with Shady Side, and it was, to be honest with you guys, Shady Side Academy. So to be honest with you guys, it was kind of a experimental kind of thing, just to see how it goes. Because what we didn't know is if this thing went well. Because our school is so small,
right.
And we're a family, but we're not able to do it. The things the bigger schools do, like proms, homecomings, and things like that. But since this partnership is going a little bit so well, that it has opened the door for now proms and homecomings are now in the conversation this year, and the team is wonderful. When the first time I went to a Shady Side game, they're so cool, they're so nice, and you would think and me being from the Hill District, I'm the white kids, and they're rich, and maybe they're stuck up. These guys were some of the nicest cats I've ever met in my life. The staff was so cool. They even popped up to some of our games, and
you don't play on the football team.
I do not play football.
Okay.
But
from the Hill, you need to play the Hill Disciples?
Yep, I played for the Hill Disciples when I was a kid too.
Okay.
So,
but now you said it's basketball, 24/7.
Yeah.
Okay.
I might play my last 2 years, if my mom allows it.
Oh,
well, Sky Moore went to first round draft choice Kansas City Chiefs. And Dino Tomlin only got a scholarship because of his dad.
Oh, see, there you go, man. Why you got to throw shade?
Listen,
He got a scholarship, Jim.
listen.
We know you hate Tomlin because he won't give
went
you
to
an
Maryland,
interview.
now
I wouldn't
he's
give
at
you an interview
Boston
either. I wouldn't give you an interview either, Jim. Anyway, let's jump out to the phone. Let's call and say your name, where you're calling from.
Yeah, this is LD for me.
LD!
What's going on, LD?
Yeah, I see you guys have a replacement for Claudio already.
Oh, man. Claudia was busy. He's out of town.
Hey, we needed somebody that was tall.
The young man is very impressive.
Yeah, he
Thank you
speaks.
so
He
much.
speaks very well. I'm very impressed.
Yeah, he could teach Jim a couple things.
Thank you guys so much.
I just want to know, how tall are you?
I currently stand at 6'1", but my doctor said my growth plates are still open, and I'm only 15, so hopefully I reach that 6'4", 6'3" kind of range there. But I'm currently 6 foot to 6'1".
And what are you, guard or forward?
I play guard now. I started out playing small forward, but I could handle the ball a little bit better than some of my peers, so I play shooting guard right now.
Okay. And may I just ask you a question, okay?
Mm-hmm.
This,
LD.
yeah, I just have a question for him. In a game situation, your team's losing late in the game by 1 point. There's 5 seconds left. You're open from the foul line, but your teammate is underneath the basket. No one's guarding him. Do you take the shot or you pass the ball to him? There's 5 seconds left in the game. Your team's losing by 1.
Kobe.
Kobe. You know, I do believe in type of balls like eyeball. Sometimes I feel like sometimes in certain situations that, you know, and the capability, especially if you know your teammates, and as a leader you're supposed to know everybody's, you know, who you're on the floor with at all times, especially as a guard. So if in my head I'm thinking, listen, if this guy don't catch the ball, the game's over. Even if he catches the ball, if he misses the layup, it's over. I'd rather, and not to be a selfish player, but I think, in my opinion, listen, I got the ball, and I know what I'm capable of, and I know that I work on those shots 100 times a day, maybe even more. I know I can hit that shot with ease. And even if I do miss that shot, I will gladly raise my hand and be like, I took that shot without no remorse or sorry to give, because I know that in my head I could have took that shot, and I work on it.
ALD.
That's why he averaged 26. Kobe.
ALD. LD, we know there's 5 seconds to go in the game. LeBron would pass it because he always gives up that last shot.
You say that, but he has the most clutch shots in history, Jim. He got the most clutch shots in history. What are you talking about?
Blame me.
Does he have the most clutch shots in history? Yes.
I just want to say
I got
one
two
thing.
haters of LeBron on the set with me, man. Come on, man. You do know that. He has the most clutch shots in history.
I think it goes.
Documented.
I think most clutch shots and most influential and the most game-winning shots go to Kobe and Mike.
Yep.
No, but stats say otherwise.
Listen, you
stats
can
say
listen.
otherwise. I'm going by stats.
Listen. I can shoot as many clutch shots as I want in the playoffs game. But shooting as much clutch shots in the NBA Finals is completely different. That 2018 Pacers in Toronto when LeBron was going absolutely crazy, that meant absolutely nothing going into that final.
Listen,
It means absolutely
What do you mean it meant nothing? What do you mean? What does it mean that it meant nothing?
It got him to the final just to get swept.
By one of the greatest teams in NBA history. It happens.
Listen. When you put it in a retrospect of Kobe and Michael Jordan, they take those clutch shots in the NBA Finals when the game is on the line.
And so does LeBron. So
No.
does LeBron.
You saw
Okay,
LeBron.
listen, that's first of all, that's fake news. Steve Kerr. Was he with the Bulls? He had a game-winning shot. John Paxson.
Listen.
He was with the Bulls. He had the game-winning shot.
there's-
So that's fake news. They didn't
there's-
take every single one.
There's point in times where they had to double Michael Jordan and Kobe. I've never seen LeBron get doubled.
That's not
I've
true.
never seen LeBron get doubled in my life.
Stop.
Never seen it. Especially in a game-winning situation, I've never seen it.
We can go back to 2020 when he threw it out to Danny Green. He was triple covered and threw it out to Green for a wide-open three. Don't say he doesn't get doubled. Come on, man.
What did Danny
Stop.
Green do?
Of course, he blew it.
Blew
but
it.
they ended up winning.
I'd rather LeBron tried to dunk it on all three of those 6'4", 6'5" guards. LeBron stands at 6'8".
Earlier you said it's a team game, right?
Absolutely.
So I'd rather a guy shoot a wide open shot than me with three guys on me. I'm giving it to the wide open guy.
I can bet this. I think Danny Green was probably 0 for about maybe three for like 14 that game.
No, he wasn't.
Maybe like 3 for 14 that game. I'd rather LeBron tried to dunk on 3 people than you
Danny Green was average for that game. LD, my fault, I cut you off, man. These Kobe Jordan lovers.
Man, the object of the game is to win the game, not for you to be the hero. If you have a teammate and he's right under the hoop and he can't make a layup, he shouldn't be on the team. That guy has to get the ball and make that layup instead of you taking a 15 or 20-footer. That is basketball. And let me just tell you something about LeBron James. I'm a basketball fan. I just love to see the game played. He plays the game right. He can pass. He can shoot. He can steal the ball. He's one of the best I've ever seen. Jordan was tough, but he was mainly a scorer. And I saw Jordan in a playoff game hit 63 points, and they lost to the Boston Celtics.
Good point.
Passing the ball sometimes is where it's at. Just remember that, because it's a team game.
Once Jordan started,
can't win it all.
Hey, that's a good point. Once Jordan started trusting his teammates more, he started winning. Once he would give that ball up to a Jordan Paxson because he was open, he would win. I'm just saying. No, he'll even tell you that. He said once he gained more trust in his teammates, he started winning. When he was scoring 63, they was getting put out by Boston and the Pistons.
Is that when he was hating on Isaiah Thomas right around the same time?
Oh, man. Listen, you know how I feel about Isaiah Thomas. Isaiah Thomas got a winning record against Jordan now.
Listen, in my opinion, in my honest opinion, I think LeBron is the best basketball player that ever played a game. All time. I think LeBron is the best basketball player
Kareem?
all time.
There's only one best, Wilt Chamberlain.
Wilt
Chamberlain was a great, Wilt was the
Listen,
greatest
this is why it's a great debate. Some people can say
No,
Wilt.
there ain't
Some
no
people,
debate.
No, you can say Kareem.
There ain't no
You can say Kareem. You can say
listen.
Kareem. Can he finish? Let Shamarr finish this.
I think LeBron is the best basketball player of all time. But I think Michael Jordan is the greatest basketball player of all time. I don't think anybody has ever done it like Jordan. And I don't think in time to come, and the game has changed, for sure. You guys could definitely say from the generation that you guys, when basketball was around to the generation of my age is played a lot different. And,
faster,
right.
yeah.
And you can also say that I think Jordan would strive in my opinion, I think Jordan would still dominate in the game right now. Defensive, and not to say anything about LD, but I think Michael Jordan was a better defender than he was a scorer at sometimes, especially when the game was on the line. He could lock up.
Yeah,
and
I've seen Allen Iverson break his ankles.
Listen.
Listen,
AI
anybody can get their ankles broke.
And AI is one of the greatest handlers to ever play the game.
Listen, you could get film on anybody who played in the NBA. At some point, they all got dominated and got beat. I mean, it just happens. John Starks dunked on Jordan and Horace Grant.
LeBron gets dunked on by a 19-year-old.
Wilt Chamberlain is the only man in history to block the sky hook from Kareem. Can you tell me anybody that blocked the sky hook?
No, Wilt Chamberlain, like you said, Wilt Chamberlain.
Some games he had 30 blocks in the game. He scored 100 points in one game.
J.J. Redick said he was playing against plumbers and Uber drivers.
Electricians.
Electricians, right.
Okay.
But listen, also when we talk about this, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar has to get some.
Yes.
He might have been the greatest player to ever pick up a basketball. Dominated in high school, dominated in college, dominated in NBA.
Did he ever say 10 words?
He's the only guy that they had to change the rules to stop him. He's dunking too much. So what did he do? He created the sky hook.
And Wilt Chamberlain as well.
He started the sky hook when he was in 6th grade, first of all. Yeah, they couldn't stop him then.
Did they stop him from dunking? LD, did they stop him from dunking?
In college, he wasn't allowed to dunk.
Exactly.
Nobody was allowed to dunk.
Dunking, so he came with
the
the sky hook.
rules was changed with Wilt. All the rules were changed with Wilt.
Wilt was a special. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he was the best. Yeah.
But what I'm saying.
Thank you for agreeing.
Listen, there's a lot of guys you could say were the best. I just hate it when, it got to be Jordan. It got to be. Listen, there's a lot of guys.
Right.
You look at Wilt.
You just hate Wilt because he had 20,000 women.
Hey, I'm trying to do the math. I don't believe it. I got to.
Wilt wouldn't lie.
I got a question for LD. Is LD still on the line?
Yes, I'm still here.
I got a question for you. So, you know, you told me that you're a big basketball fan. You love watching the game. So we had this debate at school all the time. How do you feel about Tracy McGrady not making the NBA top 75?
I think he should have made it. But his main thing was scoring. He didn't play very much D.
And plus,
But he could score on anyone.
LD, you know, I agree, but you got to win a playoff series.
Right.
How you go your whole career and never win one series?
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, yes, injuries hurt him, but at some point you got to get out of the first round.
Yeah.
And to say you're 75,
Exactly.
although I think he should have been in. Dame Lillard is in over him. I don't agree with that.
Yeah.
I would take Tracy McGrady because Lillard still has some time to go. But
You
I think
old
that hurt.
guys don't encourage the young man. He's bringing up good.
No,
points,
that's a
and
good point.
You jump right on
No,
it.
I get it.
No,
You
I
know what I mean?
get it.
Say
I get
something.
it, though.
First
You
of
know
all,
these young guys
first
they
of
talking
all,
too old.
first of
I get
all, I said he should be in instead of Damian Lillard.
I get it.
But I said that's what's hurting him. You can't play your whole career and never win a playoff series. I mean, that's
I think that's the
pretty
same
bad.
thing with Damian Lillard as well, though.
Not Damian Lillard led his
But-
team to a Western Conference Finals.
When was the last time Damian Lillard won anything? Give me a time.
Hey, he just won the Olympic
Won
gold.
it.
He won the Olympic gold medal. What you talking
Jumping on
about?
the young
Listen,
man.
I'm saying
Yeah.
he hasn't won anything. I think when you put it in the bigger aspect,
Yeah,
he's
but
the
there's a
same-
lot of guys right now who, listen, it's been dominated by LeBron, by Steph Curry. I mean, you figure out of the last 15, they have the majority of them.
Yeah.
Unless you're on one of those two teams, all these guys aren't getting anything. You're dealing with two of the top players of all time. Steph Curry got 4. LeBron got 4.
I'm glad Steph didn't jump around like the rest of them.
Hey, he had a great organization. He's a great player. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's about which situations you're in. Look at Kevin Garnett. Garnett was in a bad situation at Minnesota. Now, if he would have left early, he would have had more than one championship
Garnett
than he
got a
got
lot
with
of
Boston.
mouth. Garnett got a lot of mouth.
No, you're saying, but if he didn't try to stay loyal to Minnesota, he wouldn't have more championships. You know what I mean? Sometimes it can hurt you. It all depends on where you get drafted.
It makes you look weak, like my man said.
Oh, man, that's what you say. Y'all, but see, organizations can trade a player anytime they want. I don't have a problem with a player saying, man, this organization is not giving me what I want. When I'm a free agent, I'm going somewhere better. I don't have a problem with it.
What about when LeBron went from the East to the West and everybody went from the West to the East?
What he running from the king? I mean, was that? I don't know if they was running from the king.
I think so. I think when you put in the aspect of, you know, when your team's not winning, you want to go to a winning team. As such as Kevin Durant, and you know, Kevin Durant is a great player, but
I did not like that move for him going to the Warriors.
listen, when you're losing so much and you don't want to build, you want to go where there's already foundation. I feel like that's when I feel like you're scared to comp, because I don't think he would have got out of OKC, but I thought if he would have stuck a little bit longer and build with Russell and
I think him and Durant was right there. Remember, they were up 3-1 against the 73-9
Yes.
Warriors team.
Yep.
I think the next year, a couple pieces,
right.
they could have won the whole thing.
Right.
But, you know, he wanted to go the easy route, jump on the Golden State bandwagon, and still wasn't happy.
Right.
Tried to go to the Nets.
Like when LeBron jumped
What
on
are you
the
talking-
Miami bandwagon.
He didn't jump on the Miami bank. They didn't make the playoffs the year before, Jim.
They won the championship.
3 years
They won the
earlier,
championship.
3 years earlier,
And they
it was
good.
a whole different team, Jim.
an already built foundation,
Yeah.
an already there foundation.
Listen, man, like I said, if your organization is not giving you what you need, you're a free agent, go somewhere else. Because the team would trade you.
Makes
The
you
team would get you out of there. Look at
makes you
Rudy.
look weak.
Look at Rudy Gobert. He just got traded. You
Was
know.
he a Hall of Famer?
No, I'm just saying.
I'm just saying, we
They'll
talking
throw
Hall
you
of
away.
Famers.
They'll
We
throw you
talking Hall of
away.
Famers over here.
They're talking about trading Donovan Mitchell now. He did everything for Utah. Now he's about to get
Hall of
traded.
Famer? We talking Hall of Famers.
Who knows?
over here.
Who
On
knows?
this side of the room,
Hey,
we talking
hey,
Hall of Famers.
Donovan Mitchell could get there. We don't
did
know.
with what?
Listen, he goes to New York, wins a couple championships. You don't know.
Oh,
He's that good. I think he's
I
that.
don't
I
know-
think he's that good.
I don't know about him winning
Listen.
anything with Knicks. Oh God, the Knicks.
Listen, he had 50 wins with Utah in a tough West. Hey, I think he could do the same thing with the Knicks. You know, I mean, they need some help, but he's right there. LD, you still on the line with us?
Yeah, I just have one question before I go. I believe that Wilt Chamberlain was the most physically dominant player ever in the NBA.
Thank
Do you
you.
guys agree?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll let
I
him
mean,
up there.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Hey, LD, question though. What are your thoughts about Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, Those guys
Oh,
both
you
are
just
talking
skipped
about
over
trading.
Wilt. You just skipped over Wilt.
We all agreed. You missed that part? We all agree. Anyway, your thoughts about Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, and all these guys trying to leave the Nets, and what are your thoughts? LD.
He's gone. He
Oh,
said he
he
had
left.
one more question.
No, I thought he was going to stay on and finish. Well, LD, thanks for the call. Opens up another line, 412-231-2288. Now, you said a guard. Now, I understand, some of your teammates, you guys are getting letters to college. I know you can't say now. What are you looking for in the college as you get ready for the next level?
So I want to say that there's a player that I look up to, and Jaylen Brown.
Oh, yeah.
Jaylen Brown.
About to get traded for Kevin Durant, yeah. Yeah,
Jaylen Brown finishes his college year with a 4.0.
I didn't know that. Okay.
That to me is inspiring. Like, to finish college, I'm looking for a college that, even without basketball, taking the basketball aspect out of it, like, I got dreams and aspirations outside of basketball. Like, I would love to be a doctor and, to pursue the medical field.
Doctor?
Yeah. I would love to be a paramedic or an EMT or just to help or save lives. So that to me, I'm looking for a college that of course basketball, but can also get me to that, listen, you can also play basketball, but you can also focus on school, because school always goes first. Without school, you can't play basketball, and that's something that the Neighborhood Academy has taught me. Your schoolwork comes before basketball.
That's true. That's
so
true.
I would love a school that gives me that aspect that I can finish school and play basketball at the same time, and not just strictly basketball, and not the NIL deals and the flying from city to city to city. I would love to still get my education.
Well, they call me Dr. J.
Hey, 412-231-2288. I have some more pictures I want to put up.
About time.
Yeah, it's about time. Yeah, you'll never contribute anything. Hey, but can we put up some players? What are your thoughts on? We got Luka Doncic. What do you think about his game and his skill? He's come in the league and just dominating.
Absolutely. I think Luka Doncic is the best new gen player right now, and I can say that with confidence. I can say that with confidence. Nobody is doing it like Luka, and Devin Booker is one of my favorite players all the time. And Devin Booker has been in the league. His young excuse has expired. Devin Booker's he's young and he's just getting into the league. His excuse has expired. Luka came into the league. He's built like Larry Bird. He moves slow. He's not physically par with these guys, and came in with that slow jumper and is dominating. And I can put that in confidence that he's one of the top. He might be top 10 or top 15 players right now.
He's a beast. He's
right
a beast
now.
out there.
For sure.
He's a beast out there. Donovan Mitchell, you don't like Donovan Mitchell too much.
I love Donovan Mitchell. Standing at 6'1", fly skyer, can shoot. Does the grit work. He does what he's supposed to do, and he's a leader. But when Murray went down, he stepped up. But unfortunately, the team that he has around him, doesn't hold the same hard work ethic as he does. So, he's one of those, Damian Lillards that's stuck where he's at, because that builds loyalty. But at the same time, when nothing is going on for a long period of time, and I know I said from I think people that switch from team to team are scared, but when you're stuck somewhere, and that you
could get so-called wasted away.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Now, he had chances, possibly he could have got out. His partner, C.J. McCollum, got out.
Right.
He's probably in a better situation. New Orleans I have them ranked higher than Portland right now. You know what I'm saying? He got a young team, Zion Williamson. What are your thoughts about Big Z?
Listen, I feel like, and some of those guys, and especially Zion, that are injury, that just have so many injuries, and it's kind of weird to see them coming back into the league for being out so long, to see let's see what he is he going to still be the same Zion that he was in college, or the first time he played in that summer league, or the first time he played in the NBA, just to see how is he going to change the way he played from then to now with being injured. So I love Zion. I love how people were saying he was fat and then pulled up and just windmilled, standing dunked at the size that he's at. standing at 6'6", doing East Bays and just regular closings, he's a freak of nature. I think Zion would always be Zion, for sure.
All right. Last question. I want to get back to what we could expect this year. Kawhi Leonard.
Kawhi Leonard, the silent type, the claw. Kawhi Leonard is still a top 10 player right now. He as much
see him
as
on the court.
Listen, as much as we say this, every time he comes back, he does it. Like when he got injured with the Spurs because of Zaza, when he came back, I think he won a championship. You know, when he got traded, he ended up getting traded, and the first year we were like, he's coming on. Let's the claw. He's in Toronto with nobody. Wins that championship, and then he went to L.A. Started winning, but then L.A.
3-1.
Yeah,
3-1.
The Clippers will always
They
be
blew
the
a
Clippers.
3-1.
The Clippers will always be the Clippers, but the claw, the top defense.
Cousin plays for them. Be careful, man.
He's like that.
Be careful.
I think the claw's still like that.
Okay. All right, so this year, sophomore year, 26 points the freshman year. How can you improve on that? What have you been working on this summer?
Getting a float game going. So, I mentioned you mentioned Imani, having multiples, over 6-9 guys on that team. You got to have a float game.
They didn't ship a couple Africans over, man. It's 7 feet, 2 7-footers.
Listen, you got to have a float game now, especially with me being the size that I am. Of course, I'm taller than the average man height, but when I get on that basketball court, man, I feel just as short as that person, especially standing next to those 6'9" and 6'10" guys. You got to have a float game going because sometimes going to the hole as strong as you can is sometimes them guys just take it off the backboard. I remember the first time we played in North Allegheny, he took it smooth off the backboard because I thought I could be pretty with the layup, and he took it off the backboard multiple times. So now by me developing a floater, I can just shoot it over you guys, and I get reps, and y'all gonna go for a pump fake, and I can do the layup and the pretty layups that I want to do because you guys are jumping in the air, and that causes fouls as well. I get you guys into foul trouble. You guys get subbed out early. So,
you think you got the best floater in the NBA right now, in your opinion?
Curry.
Steph Curry?
Steph Curry.
Yeah.
I think in anything shooting,
Yeah.
that involves shooting a basketball, Steph Curry will always be that guy, for sure.
Okay. Now your team, as a team, I mean, you all had a nice, successful season, one game in the playoffs. As a team, how are you guys building that camaraderie? Have you guys been playing this summer together, or what's?
Coach, shout out Coach Jordan Marks, but Coach Jordan Marks keeps us in the gym at all times. He makes sure that we're in the gym. Like, we're not slacking off this summer, eating chips, playing the game, staying in the house. Coach doesn't do
Not like that Zion
Nope.
Williamson commercial where he just.
Yeah, Coach doesn't allow any of that.
Okay.
Coach makes us wake up in the morning. We work out, we lift, then we hoop, and this is a routine. This is 3 days a week.
Okay.
During the summer, just to get us prepared for the season coming up. And we still got other incentives and schools coming up and volleyball season and other stuff like that. But he keeps us in the gym to make sure that we're working and perfecting our craft.
Okay. Hey, let's jump to the phone lines. Call us. Say your name, where you're calling from.
Hi, this is Donna from Homewood.
Hey, how you doing, Donna?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Good show as usual. I wanted to commend the young man on being so comfortable behind the mic.
Thank you so much.
I really
Yes, he's a
enjoyed
natural.
his commentary.
Thank you.
Also, I don't know whether can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh, okay. And also about LeBron James, not only is he a great player, but I like what he does for the community. I mean, he started a school, and he just does so much for the black community. So I think all around, when you think about what he does off the court also, he's the greatest player. But thank you all. Good show. I know I had to be short because you're getting ready to go off. But, young man, you'll go far. I can tell. But you have that it. All right. Have a good show.
Thank you.
Thank you for the call. Yes, I definitely agree. Let's stay on the phone lines. Call us. Say your name, where you calling from.
Gentlemen, how you doing? It's Kelly Russell.
Hey,
up,
Kelly.
Hey, I want to agree with Donna. The young man is very comfortable up there. So good luck to you and all the continued success in the world as you go into life.
Hey, we're recruiting him for
Thank you so
gateways.
much.
I got an application.
He's TNA all the way. No, he's not getting out of there.
Hey, real quick, because I know we're up against it. I missed the beginning of the show. Did y'all happen to talk about not just necessarily the history of the young man's knowledge of history of basketball with the passing of Bill Russell, but also the rich history of high school basketball in Pittsburgh when you go back into the 60s and you look around Shenley and out at Ambridge and you look at oh man, help me out here, Lou. Out in Beaver County.
Uniontown, all these players. Yeah, there's been some great ones.
Ambridge.
No, I said Ambridge. There's another one. 65 Midland. 65 Midland. There we go.
Midland, Farrell.
Right. Just
Chuck
real quick.
Cooper, all these guys. Yeah.
Are these names that you may have even heard of, young man? Kenny Durrett, Sam Clancy.
Yes.
Oh man, I'm stalling.
Mm-hmm.
Sam Clancy, Kenny Durrett, Kenny Lucas,
Pooh Kennedy, Pooh
Maurice
Kane,
Lucas,
all these guys. Yeah,
Maurice Lucas.
Maurice Lucas.
Yeah. These are, and I currently work and play for, if you've heard of it, his name is Dat Porter.
Oh
Yeah.
Okay.
Darrell.
You're good. My bad.
Yeah.
You're good.
He's good. You know, Darrell already poured into him.
that Porter makes it aware of the high school and, the things that are where the history of basketball sits and lies in the community of Pittsburgh. And actually, my 8th grade year, I played for a team called Zonk 5, which is ran by Rocky White. I actually won the Chuck Cooper Award. His daughter, I think his daughter or his granddaughter actually gave me the Chuck Cooper Award with his name and everything on it.
Okay.
All right, you're in good hands with that. And once again, continued success in all the world, and continued success in all you do in all the world.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
All right, fellas, get with y'all next few months.
All right,
Thanks,
Kev.
Kelly.
Appreciate the call. All right, definitely. So as we get ready to wrap up, anything you would have said to the viewing audience, any opposing teams even, you would have let them know TNA's coming back.
Listen, we are not the same team from last year. I can guarantee you that. I'm willing to bet everything on it. My work ethic, our work ethic, the coach's work ethic, it will show this year. We're not bowing down from anybody. None of those 5A, 6A, 3A, 2A, or 1A teams. We will show y'all why. Just because we're a private school, don't mean we can't hoop. We will show y'all why we deserve a spot at the Pete and why we are going to win the Pete. This isn't anything new for us now, and the Post-Gazette can, give favoritism and the tribe, y'all can give favoritism to whoever y'all want. We will make y'all aware of why we will be the best team in 1A.
Ooh, that's what I'm talking
now,
about.
For sure.
Okay, all right. Talk about some of your teammates. Who's coming back other than you?
We got my point guard Courtney Wallace that just got a Division I offer from Fordham.
Yeah.
And we didn't have any seniors. We got all of our juniors coming back. They are now seniors. All our football players will be back. We got a team and we got a couple transfers, so we
okay. Load it up. Load it up.
We're coming.
Hey, listen, man, definitely great job.
Thank you so much.
You speak well. You represented the school, your family, and everybody great, man. It was a pleasure to have you on here.
Thank you so much.
For Smoking Jim, Luther Dupree, for Shamarr. Thank all the callers for calling in, man. This was a great show. Make sure you come out and support high school basketball. Support Shamarr. Support TNA basketball, the Bulldogs.
Yes, sir.
My son played for them, so I know it's a great school, great organization. Come out and support. That being said, check us out on the website, scsportsworld.com, and we'll check you out next month. Yep. Peace. Great job, man. I want to get a couple pictures.